Hi, and welcome to Real Life Rising, Post-Aresia edition, which means I've had very little sleep and I'm really tired. But that's not what the video's about. I'm actually talking about something a little more serious today. You may have seen online over the past year or more people posting memes and comics and such about the difference between saying sorry and saying thank you. Most recently, there's been one about saying thank you for things that you would normally apologize for. For example, being late, instead of saying, I'm sorry I'm late, say, thank you for waiting for me. I think that a lot of us fall into the trap of over-apologizing. In my experience personally, that seems to happen more with people who have mental illnesses or chronic illnesses. I know, speaking only for myself at the moment, I have depression, I have anxiety. Depression convinces me that I'm a burden on everybody and nobody really wants to deal with me. Anxiety makes me afraid of how people will react if I'm putting too much strain on them. Add to that, having heard many times growing up that I was a burden and I was too much trouble, it becomes ingrained. And so I feel a lot of times like I have to apologize for existing. And that's not how it works. I exist. It's a good thing. I have mental illnesses. Not such a good thing, but not something I've chosen, not something I can control whether I have or not. I can manage them. I can't control the fact that I have them. I have fibromyalgia. Can't control that either. What I can control is how I respond to those things and how I respond to the effects they have. When I'm feeling especially depressed or especially anxious, I need to turn to one of the people who is closest to me and say, I'm feeling really depressed or I'm feeling really anxious, please help me. And I spend time in tears and getting hugs and getting reassured. And that's time that they could be doing something else. And I usually say, I'm so sorry, I'm such a mess. I'm sorry, I'm such a burden. And I'm going to make the effort going forward, now that I've seen these things online more. Instead of saying, I'm sorry, I'm such a mess. I'm sorry, I'm such a burden. I'm going to try to say, thank you for taking the time to help me. Thank you for reassuring me. Thank you for holding me. Thank you for making me feel safe. These are people who, as I said, are very, very close to me. They know me very well. They might know me a little bit better than I know me sometimes, to be honest. They know that this is a part of having me in their lives. Helping me deal with these illnesses, helping me deal with the effects that they have with PTSD, flashbacks, all of that. The people who I turn to at those times know that that's part of me, and if they want me in their life, they have that as well. They're choosing to have me in their life. They are choosing to say, yes, you can come to me when you need me. So why am I apologizing for their choice? It doesn't make sense. There are times, of course, when you should apologize. If I'm having an anxiety attack, sometimes that turns into anger. Anger and anxiety are closely entwined. If I'm afraid, I get angry at what I'm afraid of. And I can't always lash out at it because sometimes I don't even know what it is. That's what anxiety does. So I lash out at somebody who's trying to help me. I don't do that often. I try very hard not to, but sometimes I do snap at them or I yell. That's a time to apologize. I'm sorry I yelled at you. I should not have said what I said, and I'm sorry I did. But that's a lot different from saying, I'm sorry I have anxiety, or I'm sorry I was having an anxiety attack. Apologizing for behavior that is specifically hurtful is something that we should do. And it shouldn't just be, oh, I'm sorry I said that. It can be, but in my opinion, it's better to say, I'm really sorry I said this. Next time I will try harder to walk away if I'm about to say something angry. I did not mean to hurt you. Specify what you did, acknowledge how they might feel, make a plan to not do that in the future. That's an okay kind of apology, not only okay, but a good thing. But I'm sorry I have anxiety. I'm sorry I'm so much trouble for you. I'm sorry I'm such a horrible person. That's not even an apology. That's pretty much saying you don't deserve to exist and you're somehow less than because of issues you have. That's when you need to say thank you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for talking me down from the anxiety attack. Thank you for understanding that when I said that, it was about the anxiety and not about you. And I'm sorry that I said it, and here's what I'll do next time. So that's my challenge to myself this year. Say thank you more and I'm sorry less. And I'd like to issue that challenge to you guys as well. If you are the type of person who constantly finds that you're saying sorry for things that you really don't owe an apology for, try saying thank you, or not saying anything if thank you doesn't make sense to you to say. It's not easy being human, honestly. And it's not easy having chronic illnesses. It's not easy having mental illnesses. There are a lot of things about our lives that are not easy. We can make them easier for ourselves and others by changing how we think about them. And instead of accepting blame and accepting fault, just accept responsibility and say thank you to those who care enough to help us. That's my suggestion. And this has been Real Life Rising. I am now going to go fall down and close my eyes and go boom, as a friend of mine puts it, because Aresia, lack of sleep. I will see you guys on Saturday. If you want to see more videos, I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post in the comments your thoughts and experiences with saying I'm sorry and saying thank you. Or post in the comments if you're going to accept the challenge. And I hope you'll tune in on Thursday for Phoenix's next video. As I said, I'll see you on Saturday. Meanwhile, take care.